Tom Brady has been playing football for over 20 years and is still an absolute unit. How the heck is this possible?
Evans, 600, it is.
After leaving New England following 20 years of some of the best football ever, many questioned whether or not he could be successful elsewhere. It didn't take long for him to silence the haters, and after putting up over 4,600 yards and 40 touchdowns, he led the Bucs to their first playoff run in a while. Although they struggled against Washington, Tom closed the game out and went into New Orleans looking to take out Breeze. You would think that the matchup would be rough for Tommy, but it was more so for Cool Breeze, as his 3 picks helped the Bucs make the NFC Championship. Once again, it seemed like the Bucs were going to face an uphill battle in Green Bay. But although it wasn't the easiest win, a field goal by the Packers in clutch time let Tom do his thing like he does, and the team was able to win 31-26 to make a Super Bowl in only Tom's first season in the Bay. Somehow Tom was able to nearly single-handedly take Tampa to their first Super Bowl in nearly 2 decades after beating 2 of the best quarterbacks of all time back-to-back. Even though the road to the game was hard enough, the defending champ in Kansas City seemed like the final boss, but it really wasn't. Crazy enough, the Bucs destroyed Kansas City in the Bay 31-9 like it was nothing. In only Tom's first year with the team, he won his 7th Super Bowl and further proved why he was and still is the GOAT. Although he could have retired on top, Tom wants to play to like 70 or something, and so he decided to run it back once again. In the first game of the year, the Bucs went up against a rejuvenated Cowboys unit in an absolute shootout. Although 44 years old, Brady didn't miss a step after winning a Super Bowl months before. His over 370 yards and 4 touchdowns helped the team win 31-29 and nab their 9th win in a row. After starting off with a bang, the Bucs have gone 5-2 and were doing pretty well until they played New Orleans.
It's picked up, giving Brady time, and he's intercepted all the way!
Although he had just lost in rough fashion to the Saints, Tom Brady has had a solid season overall, with over 2,600 passing yards and 25 touchdowns. Needless to say, even though he's over 40 years old, Tom is still one of the best players in football, and in fact, he's still in an MVP race with a bunch of young studs. Typically, players at his age would be slowing down, but his production is as good as it has ever been before. Keep in mind that Peyton Manning struggled when he was in his late 30s, so the fact that Brady can do this kind of stuff at his age makes him an anomaly. Just last week, Brady became the first player in NFL history to pass for 600 touchdowns, in what is likely one of the many records that he's going to set over the next few years. Hey, by the way, if you're enjoying the video, it'd be awesome if you guys could subscribe. But anyways, back to the vid. Considering how good the Bucs team is, and the fact that they have a lot of young talent, I think they could be really good for a while. On one side, the offense is high-powered with stars like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, and Leonard Fournette. And on the other side, stars like Devin White, Levante David, JPP, and a bunch of others round out one of the best teams in football. The fact that there are so many talented young players from top to bottom on the team has taken a load off of my man Tom and has him in a much better situation than the one in New England. Everything in Tampa Bay seems to be the best of the best, and so it provides Tom the ability to play his kind of football and win games time and time again. Quite literally, Tom might have the best situation in the league, as it has afforded him the ability to grow as a player, and is a major reason as to why the adjustment has been so smooth in the first place. Having so many weapons allows Tom the ability to hug up throws that may have been incomplete in New England. Outside of Edelman and Gronk, there was a drastic lack of weapons in the Patriot offense, and it couldn't be any more opposite in the Bay. All these weapons are able to keep the team in contention time and time again, and will help them bounce back after losing a rough game like they just had in New Orleans. Last year they lost to the same team in the regular season 38-3, and then went on to beat them by 10 in the playoffs. So I wouldn't worry too much about what happens before the postseason. Keep in mind that my man Tom is a better player now than how he was in his 20s, which is crazy to think about, but makes sense when you consider his efficiency with all the talent at his disposal. Tom has been able to use his talent around him to make 4 out of the last 5 Super Bowls and win 3 of them. This is like LeBron type numbers, but even crazier considering the fact that it is in a game with double the amount of players. In basketball, Bron can control a lot of what happens since he plays both sides of the ball, but in Brady's case, he can only do his part, and sometimes that requires him to be on a whole nother level. Driving 80 yards down the field and beating a team that was up 28-3 is a great example of Brady doing things that many, if any, wouldn't be able to. With a lot of great players, you could say, oh, they did this, and that was great, but I'm sure other people could do the same. That's not really the case with Brady, because no one else really comes close considering how long he's been doing it. The fact that he's playing some of his best ball at nearly 45 is something unheard of, and I would say it's a testament to his one-of-a-kind work ethic and consistent ability to show up whenever he's needed. What more could you really ask out of someone? Anyways, do you guys think Tom Brady and the Bucs are going to run it back once again? Or was it a thing of the past? Tom Brady has been one of the best players in football for over 20 years, and it doesn't look like he's going to stop anytime soon.
The Chicago defense. Deep ball time, and is it there? Yes, it is!
Thanks for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, it would be awesome if you all could subscribe, like, and comment down below what stuff you want next. But anyways, see you guys soon, and peace out.